In a quiet studio filled with the earthy scent of clay, a young potter was close to perfection. For weeks they had practiced. For days they had sketched. And on this day, everything was finally aligning. On the spinning wheel, a tall, elegant vase was rising from a formless lump. The walls were thin and even. The curve was graceful. It was without a doubt their masterpiece. And then, it happened. A subtle wet tear, a slow, inevitable wobble. The beautiful structure wavered, folded in on itself and collapsed into a heavy, shapeless mass on the wheel. The young potter's hands fell, covered in mud. All that vision, all that effort, was gone. This was not just a failed pot. It was a failed dream. It was garbage, a mistake to be discarded and forgotten. As they reached to scrape the ruined clay into the reclaimed bin, a calm voice spoke from the doorway. "Wait." The master potter stood there, their own hands etched with the lines of 1,000 creations. "The collapse," the master said softly. "May I see it?" The young potter stepped back, defeated. "It's ruined. It's useless." Rayed with a sense of curiosity and reverence. The master picked up the heavy, formless lump. They turned it over in their hands, not with judgment, but with a curious reverence. "I remember this clay," the master murmured. "It has a good memory. It still wants to be something." "It was something," the young potter argued. "Now it is nothing." "No," the master replied, a gentle smile in their voice. "Now it is potential." The master sat at the wheel. They centered the lump, this symbol of failure, and with a splash of water, set it spinning once more. But this time, there was no force, only guidance. "The collapse was not the end of your story," the master said, their hands working with a quiet certainty. "It was merely a plot twist you had not yet read. You tried to make it tall and thin, but the clay had a different idea. It wanted to be open, to be stable, to hold more, not just stand higher. Your failure was not a destruction, it was a conversation." The wheel slowed to a stop. The young potter stared, breathless, read with a tone of awe and realization. "It's better?" the young potter whispered. "It is what it was always meant to be," the master said, "once you stop fighting it." We are all clay on the wheel, and when our perfect plans fall apart, when our carefully built structures collapse, it feels like the end. But remember the potter's lesson. Your collapse is not your end. It is simply the raw material for your next, and perhaps your greatest creation.